Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Onceaponamouse, and today we are ranking every Gen 1 Pokemon. Let's get started. Okay, first of all we have Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is always going to be a solid A tier, same with Ivysaur. They are so cute. I am going to drop down Venusaur and the Mega down to B tier just because they're not as cute and I am a cute Pokemon girly. Then we've got Charmander. Charmander is easy S tier, C tier for Charmeleon, B tier for Charizard, and then we've got the Megas. I like the blue one better than the orange one, and the orange one is just basically the same, so no. Squirtle, top tier, S tier, same with Wartortle. Blastoise, solid C, Mega Blastoise is a D every day of the week. Caterpie. Caterpie is a solid BT Pokemon in my eyes, and Metapod is a solid C tier. Butterfree, on the other hand, is an A tier Pokemon, and I will not elaborate. Weedle, also B tier. C tier for Kakuna. Beedrill and Mega Beedrill. I like Beedrill, and I like Beedrill's Mega, but not necessarily more, and I don't think it needed a Mega. And then we've got the Pidgey line. Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot. I don't care for them, to be honest. And then they've got a Mega Pidgeot. The Mega is cool. I'll put it one higher. Then we've got Rattata and Raticate. Solid C tier Pokemon. Same with Spearow and Fearow. I like them a little bit better, to be honest. I like Spearow more than I like Fearow. And then we've got Ekans and Arbok. Ekans is an A tier Pokemon, and Arbok is a B tier Pokemon. And again, I won't elaborate. Pikachu, A tier Pokemon. Raichu, S tier Pokemon. Same with Sandshrew and Sandslash. They are A tier Pokemon. They just are. Same with the Alolan forms when we get further into different gens. But like the Alolan forms are all probably S tier in my head, except for Muck. But anyway, we've got Nidoran, Nidorina, Nidoqueen, Nidoran, Nidorino, and Nidoking. I like you and you more than I like you. Same with you, but I don't like you. Okay, that's the Nidoran line for me, personally. Then we get Clefairy and Clefable. You are solid A tier Pokemon. You just are. Vulpix and Ninetales are S tier Pokemon. Same with Jigglypuff. Wigglytuff, on the other hand, D tier Pokemon. It just is. Zubat, S tier. Woobat, D tier. Just is. Some things don't get better when they evolve. Speaking of which, the Oddish Gloom Volplume line. Oddish is an S tier Pokemon. One of my favourite Pokemon ever. I think he's so stupid, so simple, I love him. Gloom, on the other hand, is a C tier Pokemon. And Vileplume is a B tier Pokemon. I like Vileplume better because it's prettier, but Gloom just ain't my homie, you know, like I don't like him. Paris and Parasect, on the other hand, are A tier Pokemon. They just are. Venonat is an S tier Pokemon. Venomoth, where do I put you? You're a solid B tier Pokemon. Diglett and Dugtrio, A tier Pokemon. Same with Meowth. Persian, I'm going to move up to S tier. I like Persian. Same with Psyduck. Golduck. Golduck is a D tier Pokemon, I'm sorry. B tier for Mankey. B tier for Primeape. That's solid. Growlithe and Arcanine. Growlithe can't learn Growl, so you're staying in A tier. Arcanine, you are amazing, my boy. You are an S tier Pokemon. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath line. I think you are cute. You can be B tier. They're solid Pokemon, I just don't like them. They can go there. Abracadabra and Alakazam. Honestly, just because of their names, I am going to put them as A tier. I never enjoyed playing with them. The Mega is also really cool. The Mega can go in S tier. I never enjoyed playing with them, but they are really solid Pokemon. And Abra is just cute. And I like that it's Abracadabra, Alakazam. I just like it. I like the names. Machop, Machoke, and Machamp. I am not going to elaborate. Bellsprout. Bellsprout is a B tier Pokemon. The others, on the other hand, D tier. Weepinbell and Victory Bell are D tier. Tentacle and Tentacruel, C and B. Geodude, Graveler, Golem. Geodude is a solid B tier Pokemon, so is Graveler. Golem is an A tier Pokemon. Ponyta and Rapidash. Ponyta is a C tier Pokemon, but Rapidash is an A tier Pokemon. Slowpoke and Slowbro. Ooh. A and S tier for both of the Slowbros. I agree with that fully. Magnemite and Megaton, I don't like them, they're D tier Pokemon. Farfetch'd, on the other hand, is an S tier Pokemon. Trio, I know I don't like you. Seal and Dugong, you are very easily C and B tier Pokemon. Grimer and Mark, sorry dudes, you're D tier Pokemon. Shelder, Cloyster, Shelder and Cloyster are D tier Pokemon. Ghastly Haunter Gengar, on the other hand, we'll go A tier and then S tier for Gengar. Yeah. Onyx is an S tier Pokemon. Drowsy and Hypno, I honestly forget they exist, so D tier they are. Krabby and Kingler, on the other hand. Krabby and Kingler. Where are we going to put you? B. Solid B. Voltorb and Electrode, you're C tier Pokemon. Execute and Exetor, on the other hand, they are A tier Pokemon. Cubone and Marowak, they are S tier Pokemon. They just are. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, you are C tier Pokemon. I'm sorry my dude, you just are. Lickitung is a D tier Pokemon. Coughing and Wheezing, I like Coughing and Wheezing, you are A tier Pokemon. Rhydon, you can be a B tier Pokemon. Rhydon is U. Chansey is an A tier Pokemon. Tangler, where do I want to put you? You're a B tier Pokemon, I've had you in games, you're good. Kangaskhan and its Mega, A and S. Horsey and Seadra are S tier Pokemon. Goldeen and Seaking, yeah. Staryu and Starmie, you are B and C tier Pokemon. Mr. Mime is a D tier Pokemon. Scyther is an A tier Pokemon. Jinx is a C tier Pokemon. Electabuzz and Magmar, oof, I don't care for them, to be honest, they're D tier Pokemon. Pinsir and its Mega are both solid Cs. Tauros is an A tier Pokemon. Magikarp is an A tier Pokemon. Gyarados is an A tier Pokemon. Its Mega is a B tier. Lapras is an S tier Pokemon. Ditto and the Evolutions and Eevee, all S tiers. They just are. They're classic, they're good, and I like them. Porygon is a B tier Pokemon. Onomite and Omastar, I actually really like these. They're going in A tier. They're A tier Pokemon. Capitu and Kabutops, I forget they exist, so there you go. And then Aerodactyl and its Mega. Aerodactyl's a C tier Pokemon. And its Mega is C tier as well. Now we have Snorlax, who is obviously an A tier Pokemon, and the legendary bird trio, Articuno, Zapdos and Moltres. Ooh, I think they're all A tier Pokemon, to be honest. They are. I think Zapdos is an S tier Pokemon. Yeah. Dratini and Dragonair and Dragonite. Dratini and Dragonair, S tier, but Dragonite I'm only gonna put as an A tier. I just don't like how they're both blue and then he's orange, and that does cut points for me. Okay, and now we've got Mewtwo and its multiple forms from X and Y. So the original Mewtwo is obviously a B tier Pokemon. The alternate versions are D tier, and Mew is obviously an S tier Pokemon. So let's go through who we've put where. Solid S tier. Solid S tier. Lots of cute friends. Most of them are cute, to be honest, or just like really badass, like Honest and Kangaskhan. A tier. I stand by A tier. B tier I stand by. C tier on the other hand, I think I'm gonna drop Aerodactyl's Mega down to D tier. and I stand by D tier. And this is my ranking of the original Gen 1 151 Pokemon. Thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Once Upon a Mouse. Thank you and good night.